So let's try this again. I'm Joe Haygood, aka mclazyj. We're back. I've been talking to you furiously. Also, apparently my camera is not working, which is interesting. Why is this not showing? Hold on a second. It's been a day already. There it is. Okay. I'm having it's problems today. Let's just say that. It's been problems. But we're okay. We're fine. Everybody's fine. I'm Joe Haygood. I'm sorry. It has been already an incredible monumental feat. So, quick update. I once again had the issue where I had a stream at one length, and 24 hours later, YouTube had truncated it by 7 to 8 minutes. I did go through and watch my Dragon Age one where I first noticed this, where there was a 14-minute discrepancy. And I very clearly saw in the middle of a boss battle where it went from me starting the fight to the man being down to half health and no shields. And I'm like, that's a huge chunk of that fight that just disappeared. So I am recording this, which means that there will be a duplicate copy of this file because I have the stream and then I have this, and of course now I'm getting phone calls. It's just been a day. Yeah. I will be right back. This is going horribly well. Alright, guys, we're back. Let's try to get this thing started. The joys of streaming when you are at work. If you don't leave the building, the problem is then everybody just assumes you're here and you're obviously not on lunch. And because it's my early day, people don't realize I'm going to lunch earlier, so they figure, oh no, he can't be at lunch yet. It's like 10:30 in the morning. Okay. So we're gonna push Dahlia on the stand. Terry Falls. We're playing a fun game. Huh. He definitely bent a little too easily on that. Uh-oh. Hold on, I'm writing something down here. Okay. So, yeah, part of the problem when you stream at work is obviously people are going to call you. They know you're in the office, so they figure you're here. You can do some support work. Some people are like, oh, you're on lunch. Come back later. But we got her now. Oh, man. I did not see that coming. Yeah, but we got her. We nailed her ass later. Huh. Okay. Wow. I am a bit worried. A spiritual hotspot tour. At Hazakura Temple. Reservations? Yeah, so... So I've made a... Is that Dahlia? Oh my god. No, she's evil. Yes, it's Dahlia. She's evil. Oh, it sounds like they're coming to fix my toilet at my house. Huh. Yes, you did. Bikini? Really? Well, okay. So, I'll probably talk about this a little more later today. I'm going to be recording a vlog for my drive home today. But I thought I'd throw this out there as well. So, looking at our nun here that's dressed. Okay. She's just like, ah. It's like, oh, this is bad. This is real bad. Iris. Inner temple. Maybe we should just go to the inner temple. I mean, there is the question, like, how the hell did she get out of jail? A Magatama up there. Elise Dunium? Dunim? Elise Dunim? Zavari, a fortune teller. No? No, I don't know. Why are you looking at me like that? Why would I know who this is? Watch, we'll find out she's a monster. Hey, it's the inner temple. Okay, well, we might as well go to the main, to the... I don't know, but there isn't. Yeah, it's not very safe. Oh boy. Yeah, it doesn't look very safe, does it? It sure as hell looks like the Dahlia, doesn't it? It's my mother. It's Misty Faye. Is it Larry Butts? the case. So, as you know, we have our cruise coming up in September, but looking forward to our trip to Japan. You know, I'm trying to start to nail down some of our like days of what we're gonna do. I know it's early, but at the same time, I want to have like a good rough idea. So, because there's trips that we're planning, obviously, two significant things, which is Tokyo Disneyland one day and a trip to Hiroshima. And trying to slot those in on certain days to mix in with everything we want to do in Tokyo. I just want to have a framework of like, hey, you know, like gauge how much stuff do we have in these areas, because we're kind of building these lists like, hey, here's the places we've seen in like Akihabara that we want to go to, in Ginza and Asakura and Asakusa and so on and so forth. God, I'll get that pronunciation right eventually. Ueno, and obviously Shinjuku, Shibuya, Ikebukuro, Meguro, and so on and so forth. So we're trying to plot it out so we know, like, hey, this area is probably going to be really busy on this day. So why don't we take this day to go here, and you know, so on and so forth. Like, we know the weekend we don't want to do Tokyo Disneyland on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, just because it will be busy, and even to some degree Monday. So we're looking at like a Tuesday or a Wednesday to do that trip. You know what I mean? So we're trying to slot those out. But when you fly, though, it's an hour and 15-minute flight. The downside to that is there's almost about a 50-minute ride from the airport, from HIJ to downtown. So our trip technically at that point is about 2 hours and 5 minutes to 2 hours and 15 minutes, depending on traffic, time we arrive, etc., 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 right? So anyways, the point I'm getting at is that we want to have kind of a rough sketch outline, but as we were sitting there talking last night, we're also like, boy, you know, hour and 15-minute flight, hour to get into town, that means an hour to get back, hour and 15 minutes. Flight isn't really the huge issue. An hour and 15-minute flight is really not that terrible. For us, that's like flying, the round trip flight to and from Vegas, essentially, is an hour. And because like our trip to Vegas is normally 55 minutes, I believe, when you're flying. Now, granted, only about 40 of that is actually in the air. Everything else is taxiing, takeoff, landing, etc. So airtime is only like 35 minutes proper. I mean, you don't even get up to an altitude, really. You get up about 22,000 feet and start coming right back down. You get up about 22,000 feet and start coming right back down. Anyways, one of the things we were talking about, hours to and from Osaka, so you're figuring, hey, if you leave at 6, you're going to get there at 8, and you probably have to leave by about 7 to give yourself enough time to get back and have a way to get to Shinjuku. Because remember, trains don't run round the clock. They close around midnight, so you need to make sure that you have plenty of runway time to get back to where you need to be. Personally, we both kind of still like the idea of Hiroshima being a better option, just from a historical standpoint, and seeing what the town has to offer. And it's this much different climate to us than being in Tokyo, because Osaka, for all intents and purposes, is very similar to being in Tokyo to some degree. Like, it's where we would be is in the main area. We would be going to Dotonbori. We would be going to all these places. It would be very Tokyo-esque, granted with its own Osaka flavor. But the idea is that it's very similar to the experiences we'll be getting in Tokyo, this kind of big city experience. Now, it's not to say Hiroshima is a small city by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, Hiroshima is a very newer city than those because of the tragedy that happened in August 1945. But it's a different scale than a Tokyo or Osaka that we're dealing with here, right? Its unique food opportunities in regards to okonomiyaki and whatnot, I think it presents a better thing for us to see. I am a huge history buff, so the town is just dripping with historical context. Some of it very unfortunate, but the idea is to learn more about what happened and see it from a different perspective. You know, you have to remember, when you're in the United States, you're getting the perspective of history, for the most part, from the United States perspective. Now, I think most Japanese would tell you that it wasn't a great time in the country, and not necessarily agreeing with a lot of what was happening in the country at that time from the leadership. And I think the prosperity that came out of that, but it is a terrible tragedy. You know, and it's tough. It's one of those things to look back on historically, and it's very tough. You know, you look at it from a U.S. perspective, it's like this was done to try to end a war that looked like it had no end. But at the same time, the devastation that we've seen in history books, and it's like, I was talking last night with my wife, and I was like, I don't know if I want to film in the museum or take pictures or anything, because of the history and the historical significance of that experience and the somberness of it and just the harsh reality of it all. I don't know if I feel right trying, and yeah, I mean, it's a heavy topic. I don't know how necessarily to address it as someone that creates content, you know what I mean? I am gonna save this here, though. I know it's like, yeah, let's just stop right there on that point, that heaviness. And I do have reason for that, just because I've been streaming for about an hour, and so it's close. I know I had to go downstairs and help with some stuff, but I got a lot of work too, so I can't really afford to wait too long with this. But let's close this bad boy out, shall we? Well, I did make a clip earlier, but it probably didn't happen because I noticed my board is not working right now. So there we go. So that's gonna do it. Sorry to end on such a downer and weirdly introspective moment. Hey, I guess I can try to change the mood a little bit. We're gonna be in Japan for my wife's birthday, and one of the things I'm trying to do is plan to be at Tokyo Disney on her birthday, because they give you a special pin, and the characters will give you special birthday greetings if they see you with your, not a pin, but a sticker. They will give you a special greetings and what, your birthday sticker. Alok has parenting stuff. He has a second kid now, so he's got a lot going on there. And Taco has been not feeling video games right now, which that's fine. We have those moments. We fall in, we fall out. We fall in, we fall out. You know. So there's a chance that I might just do some solo streaming. We'll see what happens. That could change. But if I am solo streaming, I'm probably not going to play Dead by Daylight. I will leave the card up for that. Now, it could also be that we end up streaming as a group, but we play something different. Because I think it's more the burnout on Dead by Daylight right now. It's like, we're just not having a lot of good times with it. So we'll see where that goes. But anyways, we will be back, like I said, tomorrow, definitely for a lunch stream. We should be back tomorrow night. And so just know the games may change. I will try to update them on the on the website when I know what those changes will be. I actually need to go home and look at my inventory on that Xbox and see what I have. I have to inventory my 2 memory cards so I can actually give a better accurate representation of what I can play on that machine. I could do the streaming for Assassin's Creed. I just don't know if I want to. Now, I might just do some cleaning off of a couple games that I'm not playing right now on there, put Assassin's Creed on, and Bob's Your Uncle, we'll just play that. But I don't want to stream it again because I did have a bunch of graphical. It wasn't as clean as it could have been. So, anyways, until next time, thanks everyone.